Welcome to the Nerdtastic in 3D podcast.
It's Nerdtastic in 3D. Oh, it's Nerdtastic in 3D. Yes, it's Nerdtastic in 3D. It's Nerdtastic in 3D.
Yeah!
What, Adam, are you doing?
So
Bong.
exciting. Every time.
You have to.
God damn it, this is a big episode. It's Seis Cero. Is that not how you say that? No?
No.
Say
Are we in our
Cero?
golden years?
Seriously.
I believe it's Safety.
Well, hello, everybody. This is Nerdtastic in 3D. I'm Jack Eckler, and because no one else wanted to host tonight, I'm your man.
You host every night.
Now you're a man.
Adam does the
Kind
intros.
of, kind of.
Adam does the intros.
Well, Adam's at a loss of words, mouthful of Fruity Pebbles, and anyways, yeah, I'm Jack Eckler.
And others.
To
and other
my left is
Jason Becco.
A.K.A. Sean Kearney.
I'm Josh Brott.
I'm Sean.
I'm Adam.
I'm disappointed in that intro.
I know.
I literally knew no one else was going to talk until I
I'm just
started.
kidding. I'm Jason
Wind it up.
Carter. Hello.
We're a group of industry professionals which consist of film, animation, television, 3D film movies,
Reality television.
Hey,
reality
Let's
te-
make sure we
no?
get that
Hey.
clear. No,
Kearney,
reality.
isn't that how
not-
you say it?
Not scripted.
3D
Reality.
television pictures?
There it is.
And don't forget security.
Yes.
Yeah, but
What's up? Shout out to Robert over here at Disney Toon,
He's behind the. He's the man behind the camera.
and also gaming.
Guy behind
gaming.
the guy.
Game
it.
tonight. Gaming.
This is a smooth show.
This was so half-assed intro.
Can we
for our
start this
60th
intro over?
Yeah.
But like
60th
not re-record.
No,
Let's
okay,
just start
okay,
now.
ready? Go,
This
go,
is like
ready?
our this is like our Schlitz intro.
Ready?
We've never let
Hey.
Fennel do it.
What?
What are we doing?
Intro.
Hola! Soy por el ambiente.
Yay!
Congratulations, everybody! Welcome to Nerdtastic in 3D. Oh, thank you for the fanfare. I'm Sean Fennel, and to my left is
That's me, Adam McFarlane.
Jason Carter.
Hey, I'm Jack Eckler.
Sean Kearney.
I'm Josh the Bride.
All right, let's take it away, everybody.
That was
That
way
might be
better.
one of
I
the
like
best
that.
ones
That
we've
was
ever
really
had.
good.
Yeah.
That was good. That was solid.
Can we edit that back to the beginning? no, go. Sean's our new go-to man for.
That was pretty amazing.
That takes a lot of energy.
Yeah, I was just
by
gonna
the
say.
way. Those radio personalities. Gotta hand it to them.
They earn their paychecks.
Yes, they
Exactly.
do. With
Got
their
a face
mouths.
for radio.
They earn it with their mouths. Dirty whores.
Oh my gosh.
So what are we talking
Where to start today?
Let's start here. I want to start by giving a shout out to some good friends of the show, the creators, the brains behind The Vault.
Yay.
Whoop.
We're some of your biggest fans, guys, and did you guys all watch the latest episode?
Of course.
It is freaking
Hell,
awesome.
yes.
It's awesome.
Of
I love
course.
it. It is, yeah. Go watch it. The Vault latest episode. Watch the whole thing. But they did the last thing again, where it was like, okay, just when you think maybe they're gonna figure it out, maybe you're gonna get an idea of what's going on here, they flip it on its head.
So
You
was
don't
it that
know.
point in Lost
You
where
don't know.
began to hate the show, but were stuck in it so much?
No.
Or is it the point of Lost where it was still good?
No.
The
Still
part
good.
where they went down the hatch.
So it's
When it was
still
still
awesome.
good.
Still
Still
good.
awesome.
Yeah.
Not
Still
like
good.
season 4 where you're like, I'm stuck in this.
Or
damn
the
thing.
middle of season 3.
Look, I've consistently said
After
that Lost season 1,
Echo
if
died.
you just watched Lost season 1, it would have been the best television series you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
If you watch past it,
It'd have been like Jurassic Park without all the dinosaurs.
Just behind Arrested Development season 2.
Hold on a second.
season 4, 3.5, what are they calling this next one?
No, but I can't confirm that's the greatest season of television ever. But I'm saying season 2 of
We can
Arrested
neither confirm
Development
nor deny
is the greatest
existence
season
of season 2.
ever.
I think every season of
But
Arrested Development.
2 was like they got the most episodes. They found their stride. Season 3, it's all hilarious, but it was they kind of struck and then it cut off early, and they didn't get a run as far as they could have.
All I know about that show is the money's in
The banana stand. The money's always in the banana stand.
I think you guys are all talking like you've never seen season 17 of Mork and Mindy.
that was
Because
good.
that was, that's where...
What about season 4 of Wings? Come on, guys. Come on.
I used to watch.
Hogan's
Season
Heroes.
11 of MASH.
I just started Hogan's Heroes
Cheers.
from the beginning.
Oh,
Cheers.
Cheers was the shit.
No,
I
Wings.
really did. I mean, I'm only like 2 episodes in, but I've literally
Hey,
watched.
you know what's really
and
pain-
Price is Right are my two things that always remind me of just when you're sick or the day that you
Wait,
stay
hold on.
home.
Price is Right. What season am I in? Like 97?
Yeah.
I remember when MASH came on. That's when I knew it was time to go to bed. Because
The Simpsons were over.
and I was like, "Fuck this!" And then I went to bed.
He's a little older than that, Kurt.
Hey, so I have some interesting information I found out this week. I'm watching through DuckTales, the series, with my daughter.
There is nothing interesting you found out while watching DuckTales.
No, there is. It's legitimately. If you do not find the next story I'm about to tell interesting, I will be surprised.
No, there needs to be more
There's
of
no
a
other repercussions.
repercussion.
A repercussion?
Yeah, that if we don't
I
find
will. I will be surprised. There's no repercussion. I will be genuinely surprised if you're not entertained.
You have
by
to
this.
leave the show
Yeah.
right
Leave?
now.
Okay.
You have to go home.
You gotta just just
and
gotta
then just for today,
just for today.
if we don't find this
Fair enough.
interesting.
I will push stop, take my computer, and go home.
No.
Deal.
We keep the computer.
So I hadn't really thought of this before, but I'm watching through DuckTales, and we're pretty far through the first season, which is like 50 episodes or something like that, right? And so in like episode 49, there are shots that are in the opening sequence, like the opening like DuckTales theme song sequence. And I'm like, so they had episode 49 made before they made the intro to the show.
No, they had clips that were drawn that didn't get into other episodes, and
Nope.
they were used later.
So I would think something like that. I totally would. So
Lies.
turns out there's a person here whose father was the
Lies.
series director on DuckTales, and I got into it with a little bit with him, and I was like, hey,
Here in this building.
so
Fucking invented
Which
time
one of you
travel.
guys
Of
has
course.
that?
so
Invented time travel.
I met your dad.
so it turns out that DuckTales. So usually what happens is if you watch a show, maybe they film like 5 or 6 episodes, and then it starts. The first episode starts to air.
In front of a
so
live
by the
studio
time
audience.
you've shot 5, you already have enough to make a little bit of an intro, right?
Tell me they shot it backwards.
No.
That would be incredible.
But what they
then
did
played
do,
it forward.
but what they did do is DuckTales was not made like a typical series. It was made from the get-go for syndication, which means the entire first season was made before the first episode even aired. So they didn't actually create the intro until the whole first season was completely in the can.
So they
How
really
long
made
did that
like
take
50
them?
something episodes.
This season 1 is 57 episodes or something. Season 2 is like 63. Season 3 is like 12.
How
So
long
they
did it
made
take
those
them?
50 something
That's what I
episodes
wanna know.
before.
It didn't air like a typical television show. We make 5 episodes and then one comes out and
Yeah.
then you're like kind of trying to stay ahead of the ball. Didn't work that way. They literally made all of season 1 and then sold the syndication rights to whoever to air it. ABC, I think it was.
Wow.
To air it. So it never actually. The television production wasn't like normal television production.
All right, you can stay.
That's fun.
Interesting, right?
Mildly.
I think doing them backwards and playing them forward is a bit more interesting, but
Agreed.
Or if they had a time machine.
not bad.
By the way, when are we
Or
going to get
both?
some people on a show that might or might not have something to do with this
Yeah.
franchise?
That guy almost hit me with his car yesterday, like as a joke.
Perfect in.
And I thought that could have been the story that I could have used to get him to come on the show. So I'll talk to him.
Nice. Do that.
I thought that was your opportunity to get him on the show. But like, hey, man, now
Or at least
Yeah.
sue him.
Well, we don't need to. We don't need to exchange insurance information. Come on this podcast.
And then do it live. To recording.
We're doing it live.
Speaking of good viewing, Man of Steel trailer that's out now. Dude, is that not one of the best trailers you've seen for a film in a long time? Oh, Kearney, fuck you.
No,
Don't you open your
Nothing
mouth and
against
say
the trailer.
anything negative about this trailer.
he needs to
Nothing
say Neil
negative about
before
the
it's out.
trailer.
That's where I'm coming from.
No, nothing negative about the trailer. But one of my friends on Facebook pointed out something that I found very interesting.
the
he said-
Nerdtastic in 3D homepage.
No, he said he was like, take a look, like remember how good the trailers were for 300.
I love 300.
For for The Watchmen.
Loved it.
And how good was the trailer? And honestly, when you think about it, I want to go back and watch it. But how good was the trailer for Sucker Punch?
Awesome too.
I would say 3 bad movies. So I'm just saying that before we
300 is a bad movie?
300 is not a good movie.
Oh, loved it.
I mean, it's no Monkey Bone Jason Carter.
Were you not entertained? Are you not entertained? Seriously?
Isn't that,
300
I think that's
is
Gladiator.
about 300 hours too long.
Look,
Oh my god!
For a movie about a bunch of fucking Vikings
Now
fighting
you're
on a
losing
green
everybody.
screen.
Now you're losing everybody.
Vikings. Hey, if you had to
Which
choose between
version of
Pulp
300
Fiction and 300, which would you choose?
Oh God, give me a break.
What would you choose?
Pulp Fiction.
I can't believe that. Like, I can't fathom that. That is such a terrible film. I would choose 300 any day of the week over pretty much anything Tarantino's
Pulp
done other
Fiction.
than Glorious
No.
Bastards and
Pulp
I thought
Fiction.
Django.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction makes me feel cool every time the credits roll. Every time the credits roll, like if I watch the entire movie, it starts playing the music, and I'm like, yeah, I'm
Really?
cool.
I watched 300. And I'm like, yeah, dude, my
I got
abs look
abs.
just like that.
Yes. Look at how built
bet
I am.
300 is
Where?
the best of those three movies. I will say that. Watchmen, I was very disappointed.
Watchmen
I
was a terrible
bored out of my
movie.
mind. But
Terrible.
the opening
So-
credits
Terrible.
to Watchmen, are
Watchmen
really
is
good.
interesting, and I went back and watched it because I was like, I don't know if I like that movie or not. And I went back and watched it, and the concept is really cool.
That's what I like about it. Yeah, the concept.
And I think they executed that concept well in a very grim storyline. And that's why people don't like it, because they will want superheroes being impure even though they're heroes.
No, I wanted a
That
dark
blows.
movie. I thought the opening credits to that movie with the Bob Dylan song and like the little montage
Yeah,
was
they were
amazing, and I was so pumped. I was like, "Yes, this is gonna be great." And then the movie kept going, and one, it should have been a miniseries. It was way too many stories to be a movie, and two, it was boring. And then I read the graphic novel. I hadn't read the graphic novel before, and I read the graphic novel. I was like, "Oh, this is pretty interesting." I wish the movie didn't bore me to death.
Do you know how to catch a unique rabbit? Unique up on
No, we don't. How do you do it?
it. Unique up on it.
I don't actually get it.
That doesn't have any.
What would you choose, Pulp Fiction or that joke? Adam?
How many times do I have to hear the joke?
As
Just
long
once?
as Pulp Fiction, the movie is. So two
That's
hours.
dumb. Nobody would agree with that
I think
one.
I went.
I would
deaf in
even
one
trade.
ear.
I would even trade any movie for that
So,
joke.
so you honestly, so you think right now your feeling is probably this is just an amazing trailer and this movie shit.
Yeah, I think that.
Because you think he's 3 for 3 for
So-
shit for
so
you.
can
so
I-
it's gonna
He's
be-
0 for 3.
Can I be the Can I be the guy that I'm kind of on page with Kearney really quickly, because the second trailer they released was awesome. Like, that got me hooked. I saw the first trailer and I was like, meh, another a Superman movie, big deal. And then I saw the second one, I'm like, this looks pretty deep. This actually looks like it's gonna be heavy. And then I saw this one, and I was like, oh, it's a bunch of aliens fighting. So, like, this next trailer, I'm not as stoked about the movie as I was with the second trailer.
really?
Which looked really heavy and just kind of like Superman is trying to solve the problems of the world. And they're like, fuck you, Superman, because you're making problems too. And, like, I kind of liked that idea. And this one with all the alien shit and Zod and just stuff going on, I wasn't as sold as I was with the second
You liked it
trailer.
when it was just about like the father, son, and
And the Holy Ghost? No. The Father, Son, and
society as a whole.
society rebelling against Superman. I like that concept.
Yeah.
In other trailer
And
news,
Superman going with it. Like, okay, this is what you guys need. So I
Really-
will go through with that.
Really quick though, I loved the Dawn of the Dead remake and thought it was better than the original Dawn of the Dead. So I don't think everything Zack Snyder does is terrible, because Dawn of the Dead was very, very good.
Anyone see the Evil Dead remake?
I haven't yet.
What,
Did you?
Good thing.
Is
How
it a
was
new
it?
staple in horror?
It's not. There's no way it can be. There's no way.
Bruce-
it can be the
is
same.
Bruce
a new,
Campbell in it?
Is it a new benchmark in horror?
it won't be as good.
It's
It's campy and bloody, and there's probably boobs, right?
Cabin in the Woods?
there's
It's
no
not
boobs.
No,
Campy,
there's
right?
no cabin in woods.
Cabin in the Woods is fucking amazing.
There's no boobs.
No boobs.
Well,
Here, it's just
Sign
a
me
movie
out.
trying to be. It's just a movie trying to be gross for the sake of the
Yeah.
first one is it's very gruesomely gross, but it's a campy thing and it's trying to be that
Yeah.
way. Like this one is trying to be real,
Yeah.
and
Bullshit.
so it's just doing. I mean, it's got
You don't
like
think that's what their intention was?
Is there
The first
anything in
one
the movie that
was
is
to be real?
legitimately
No.
creepy?
I think the first
And the first one?
I think
No,
the first
you think
Evil
the first
Dead
one
by
took
Sam
itself-
Raimi was they were trying to make a good movie and they didn't know.
Yeah, agreed.
And then by the time the
Second
first
one.
one came out, they
Right.
realized that it was campy, and they're like,
Yeah.
"What if we play that
well,
up?"
they
Totally.
embrace it in the
They
series.
embrace
They
it.
embrace
Totally.
it.
This
agree.
one.
And that's why the first Evil Dead, like, go back and watch it, not that good.
Yeah,
The second one, brilliant.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think they intended to make a serious movie, and then they realized how cheesy it was and rolled with it.
Yeah.
I think this one isn't going to roll with it, and they really meant to be serious.
Yeah, and it's not good. I mean, here it is. I came out going, eh. It's not like I hated it. It was just like, eh.
I think the Superman trailer, I really liked it. I was super entertained by it. I think I said this before on the podcast, but I don't know. There's something about seeing a man in a cape and tights nowadays that's just
Sexy.
Awesome.
I don't know. It just seems a little dated. Like, even though the costume looks cool, like that one shot where you see him where his wind is kind of flapping in the Fortress of Solitude, like, amazing shot. But I just sat there and I was like, that awe factor that you're looking for, it didn't quite hit me. It was more of like
But you realize they can never ever change that.
yeah,
Ever.
100%,
Ever.
100%, absolutely.
I thought for changing his costume to make it look more gritty, I liked that a lot more, like a lot more actually, compared to the stereotypical Christopher Reeve's really bright colors, everything else, and I guess it's just Zack Snyder dirtying everything up.
I like him with facial hair.
Yeah. I mean, Brandon
Looks more
Roth's
real.
one, that one, his costume was not still as
I
bright.
don't mind that one for some reason.
Yeah, that one wasn't bad either. But honestly, kind of with that whole
Because
subject
they
of,
iterated on the codpiece so much.
Fucking Kearney.
like Jason said, the subject of trailers, the one that's actually right now getting me every time I see it, it's me getting more and more like amped is the Star Trek.
Oblivion.
Oh, that's gonna be good. I still want to see it.
The Star Trek was really good. Even the new one's
None of
really
those
good.
trailers have been shitty to me. Those ones have been like, okay. I'm not even a huge Star Trek fan. I love the new, little reboots and stuff like that. But it's that one has been fucking. That movie's been really, really getting me juiced.
I was amped.
I'm getting a semi right now.
I was
just thinking about
amped.
it.
I was amped more for that till I saw.
Do
this
we just
last
have
Superman
eye sex?
one.
I think Kearney and I just had eye sex. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Smooth jazz.
So still on the movie track, they have officially confirmed on multiple sites that Disney is going to stick with this one movie a year plan, one major Star Wars film a year, and then every opposite year they're going to do a spin-off movie.
Wait, not 5
and
years?
Kearney
in
is
between?
in.
Thumbs down. Terrible idea.
They're doing it with
I'm
the
super
their
negative
Marvel,
today.
their Marvel
That's stupid.
franchise, and
That's
there's
stupid.
no reason for them not to capitalize on this.
So what's the chances of Patton Oswalt's pitch actually hitting like episode 23?
On that note, no bullshit. His first little intro when he starts, that whole shit with Boba Fett coming out of the Starlight. I was listening. I go like this.
Yeah,
I go,
you got some
that's a
goosebumps.
great
Like,
fucking
yes,
idea.
of
I go,
course.
that's a legit. Now the nerd in me, I was like, that's a legit good idea. I would love to see a cut. And it's funny how he framed it all too. I was like,
yeah.
that's exactly how I'd want to see that show. Now then he goes
Crazy
He
town.
goes crazy town with the tie-ins. But for a second there, he's legit with the ideas. I'm like, that's pretty awesome.
The thing I when I was watching that, I wanted to 100% believe that he was legitimately making that up on the spot and hadn't thought about that in his own house by himself. Like, I fucking want to see this movie.
Oh, God,
like,
no,
I
he's
want to
doing a
believe
bit.
that he was. I know, and I'm sure it was a bit because there was so
It's
much
so long.
in it that even if it's a bit, that's still a lot of detail that he was.
Yeah, totally.
This
So
is-
you know he thought about it for a long time.
I know, and that's
like,
that's
and
the
then you
part
try
of me
to-
that goes, damn it.
To set people up so you know what this is, there's a
Parks and Recreation.
Parks and Recreation, the TV show. There's a sketch where Patton Oswalt's in the courtroom and he's attempting to pull a filibuster at their small little
Their
community
town meeting.
Their town meeting, and he decides to go on a rant about the new Star Wars franchise and Disney's ownership, and then ties in everything from X-Men to Marvel to just the whole universe. And our own Josh LeBrat is out. Buddy, have fun at your show. Thank you. We'll miss you.
Haunted French pancakes give me the crepes.
So when we get back into... Did he miss that one as he left?
Thank you.
Wow.
But I legitimately thought for a while, I'm like, wow, he's really going to have good ideas. I'm like, this might not even be funny. This might be... And then it just went down.
The second he talked about the glove, he's like, stay with me, guys. Stay with me.
But isn't the problem, so going back to me being negative about everything today, my problem with the yearly Star Wars movies is twofold. One, I don't think the Star Wars universe is as rich of unique characters that can hold a film all by themselves as Marvel Comics that's been around forever.
Lando could have his
Or
own
as-
franchise.
Okay, well
alone.
that's one.
Or as James Bond. because that's
Or
the
as James
equivalent
Bond.
to me. You
Yeah.
can do a James Bond film every year and get away with
But
it,
Or
here's-
as Harry Potter.
But here's my other problem.
which is done.
Speaking of James Bond, I'm sorry to cut you
Yeah,
off,
yeah.
but I'm about to do a all James Bond all week, like
Just
yeah.
movie-a-thon.
Just
I'm
skip
gonna
right
go
to
from
Pierce.
Dr. No all the way up to the front.
I
So
think they
if anyone
just-
wants to join in.
Just start
They
with
just
Goldeneye.
put them on. They have them on
Under arrest.
Netflix, and they're going away.
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yeah.
So,
Or you can borrow them. I have
but
them all.
here's my other problem.
You're gonna do it during the week? Like
Whenever the fuck I want.
At work?
James Bond all the time.
Yearly movie releases suck. Like, name one group that's done it right. Marvel comes the closest, but I would say like Pirates. Hated it. Loved the first one.
Pirates
First Pirates, one of my favorite movies. One of my favorite like big budget action movies. When they did, we're gonna do 2 in a row so that they release every year so that they can stagger it like that. Matrix, same thing. Like every single time that somebody tries to do that with a franchise that I enjoy, and they're like, "No, we're gonna try and get more out there." I get so pumped. Like I'm like, "Oh man, every year there's gonna be a Matrix movie."
How
How
far
far
apart
apart
were
were
the
the
Rings?
rings? Yeah, I was
Yeah,
just
how
thinking
far
that.
apart were Lord of the Rings? 2 years?
That becomes the exception that they film them all at the same time. So true.
Yeah.
There is an exception to
And
every rule.
Superman 1 and 2 were filmed at the same time. The originals.
But and this is
But
where I'm
they did
going to
not
get
released anywhere near.
shit from all of you guys. Back to the Future 2 and 3 were filmed at the same time, and Back to the Future 3 sucks balls.
I'm gonna move my chair
Wait, I
over
thought,
from Jason
I thought
Carter.
you liked Back to the Future 2.
No, I like 2, but 3. And that's what I'm afraid of is they do episode 7, and then they go to rush out this Boba Fett movie, and it becomes junk. And that's it. Like
I think it's
X-Men and
directors.
Wolverine,
I'm-
blah blah blah. Like all
in
those.
all those movies.
So
to
many.
me, it's contingent on. Personally, I still think it's contingent around directors, writers. Obviously, to me, it's still directors. Right now, there's a really good batch of directors, and there's a really shitty batch of directors.
Well, there are also some characters that are not meant to be developed, and you're never going to care about them. No matter how much
Exactly.
you develop them, you're going to be like, meh.
And
Like,
let's name.
You could probably
give me
make
5
a movie
characters.
about Boba Fett, but it may suck because Boba Fett, in his mystery, makes him Boba Fett.
Exactly.
As soon as you know more about Boba Fett, you're like, oh, well, this fucking unless he's amazing.
No, but there's
literally
cool,
amazing.
no, but that's the thing. There's cool shit you've read about in the books
Unless he's
that he can do.
Wolverine.
But
There's
no, but
cool
that's
shit.
the
Like
thing.
he- like
but
he can see-
Wolverine is awesome, and they fucked 2 of those movies up.
Exactly.
Which ones?
The one that
Oh,
came out and the
come
one that
on.
is coming out. Both of those will be
Origins
fucked.
with Ryan Reynolds?
Yes.
Terrible.
Was awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome
All right.
movie.
You-
so entertaining.
Ugh.
No,
God.
legitimately, it was
Point
really
counterpoint.
entertaining.
You need to preface everything you say about a movie with, so I'm Jason Carter, and then go into your opinion, because that is crazy.
Wolverine Origin
You're
was
crazy.
a really entertaining film.
Oh, God, that's your excuse for everything that's terrible, is it's really entertaining.
It's entertaining because of how bad it is.
You're like, hey, Federal, do you want to get punched in the face? It's really entertaining. It hurts like hell,
Now,
but
look,
it's really
I
entertaining.
haven't seen X-Men First Class.
Why do I got to get punched?
That's
in the
actually
face?
fun.
That one's good.
I like
I haven't
that
seen
one.
First Class,
I enjoyed
but
First
of
Class.
all
Is
the
real good.
X-Men related things, X-Men, the
2.
Wolverine, no, the Wolverine
out
Origin
of your
was
mind.
the most
You're
entertaining.
out of your mind.
No,
X-Men
legit-
2 is the most
Yeah.
legit shit ever.
You know
That's
what?
an amazing
Ryan Reynolds'
movie.
character was fascinatingly
Oh,
scary.
my God.
Like it
Oh,
was
at
like
the end? You
like,
like him
yeah.
because of the end?
Oh,
you don't
yeah.
Like, you don't like him in the elevator scene with the gun? Like him showing what he really can do?
I just like
no,
when
like
he's
the
shirtless.
whole end bit was crazy.
Yeah.
So I liked him when he was actually Deadpool in that movie. For the that movie to me, there's sections that were okay. The whole movie, you're right, isn't that good?
Terrible.
I didn't say that. I said the
No, you
opposite.
said it's good. Anyways, X-Men 2 is the shit, and I can't
Amazing.
believe you didn't even
First
talk
Class
about
is
that.
awesome.
What's the one where the
First
guy
Class
turns
is
to
really-
water?
That's X-Men 1.
That was dumb.
That's the first one.
That one's dumb.
What's the one with the magnet guy?
That's the third one.
Dumb.
Dumb. But oh my God, we're aligned.
We're on page.
The second one is where, in the very beginning, they storm
Stryker.
the house, and
White
Wolverine
House.
actually starts killing people right in the beginning of the movie.
Oh, yeah.
Shoot me, shoot me.
Dude, as soon as that happened, the
Yeah.
entire theater
Who's
was
the
that they
baddie?
erupted
The baddie is Stryker.
with Stryker.
He wants
What's
to
the
guy
one?
who
What's
turned
the one
him
with
into-
Darth Maul? No, seriously, the guy who plays Darth Maul.
That's episode
That's the
Part-
first one.
That's the first one.
That's the first one.
The Toad.
yeah.
Yeah. That was stupid.
That was dumb.
But here's the
No,
thing.
this is the thing, and me and my friend actually went over this because we were like, "What the fuck? Which one did this happen in?" And we're like, "Was that the second one? No, that was no, it was the second one." And we were going through all of the cool shit that ever happened in the X-Men movie. They all happened in the second one.
Yeah,
and you
'cause the
keep
second one's the
thinking
best.
that it's the first one, but it's not.
What's the
It's
one
first
where
It's
the
awful.
GoldenEye girl turns into the ocean, the water?
even
That's
mean?
the second one.
What does that
Hal-
mean?
That one I liked.
What does that even mean?
Was that a Halle Berry with the
Famke-
wind?
Famke
No, the
Ju-
Famke Janssen turns into the Phoenix, and she goes under.
Oh, okay.
That
She
was
stops
awesome.
off. That's the second one.
Oh, she is in
That was
Goldeneye.
cool.
She is in Goldeneye. Good
yes,
call.
she is.
But bringing it
You're all
back,
looking at me like I'm done. I'm not.
Wait a second. But bringing it back to Star Wars, here's the thing: is that
You all
X-Men,
look at me like
any superhero thing, is they've been exploring those characters for so long. In comic books, they have very rich stories. Star Wars has some. But a lot of the Star Wars fiction is either based on your core characters or on some with like new characters that have been made up. But aside from
Admiral
Lando,
Thrawn.
Well, people
Like,
aren't going
the
to. That's the
only
thing.
one that's the
People
best of
people
them.
aren't going to know those.
and they're not going
Right,
to
and
make
that's the
that.
problem.
And it
They're
won't
never gonna
matter
make that
because the
movie.
story is still fucking awesome. And
Maybe.
they'd be like, hey, look at this shit.
Maybe.
But that's the thing is they're not. What they're going to do
Not
is
up
they're going to
front, they
make
won't.
6 Boba Fett movies, and they're just going to. They're all going to suck.
Do you? Okay, honestly, this is a legitimate question. I'm not trying to be funny. Do you
Yeah.
guys honestly think like Boba Fett would get a following? Like if they made a Boba Fett movie,
He already has.
Don't
He
think-
has a following.
no,
yeah.
but what I mean, like I understand he's
Do you
got like
think
a cult
he would
following.
develop a new following? Is that
Do
what
I
you're
think? Do you
asking?
think a blockbuster Star Wars film could be based on that character? Because
He-
I genuinely don't.
He has as
I-
much of a chance as Iron Man did. Like I didn't think Iron Man was going to be,
I'm
and he
kind
got
of with
a
you.
following.
That's my problem. I think in the books
'Cause
they
he
go
does have
into
some
him
really
as a
cool
cool.
gadgets.
That's it,
Gadgets.
and
He's
that's
the
my
gadget
point.
guy, yeah.
They don't talk about that in any of the movies. And
And-
anybody who knows him talks about it. They're like, dude, he can do everything. You can see behind him because of his screen. There's all this cool shit they could
The
exploit
thing that's fucked
to
up
make
about
him cool.
Boba Fett is he's an anti-character. He's like an anti-hero. So it's really hard to make a story with his arc because he has none. He literally doesn't care about anything except the process of the job, right? So it would be
But it's like a Hitman style kind
Yeah,
of movie.
It'd
right?
be like
You couldn't-
Harold and Kumar go to White Castle.
no. You couldn't make Leon
Exactly.
Monkey Bone.
the
I relate
3D
back to Monkey
Christmas
Bone
one.
for everything.
Like
3D
the closest
Christmas.
thing we have to that is Leon, and you can make
Ah, good
Leon
movie.
because Leon is like he has a heart, but where Boba Fett does not. So
I guess
Boba Fett with a kid.
I guess like
But
to
you
me,
can play that up.
To me,
You
if you
could.
look at the Star Wars, like if you separate yourself as like a nerd and someone who likes like
Cinema.
no. But like I'm thinking about like the average movie going audience, the average person who watches Star Wars, not the fanfare, fanboy basically. I don't think Boba Fett would have a following. I think if you made another movie about
you might be right.
like C-3PO
Doesn't
and
mean they're not gonna
R2-D2, I
try.
think those are identifiable characters that have enough screen time and personality that people would latch onto.
I don't think they could carry a movie either.
Han Solo but for some reason everybody loves Boba Fett and I do too. I really like the character. I don't think mainstream America would get a movie based on this character and have it be like, oh, it's connected to Star
You
Wars.
would have to do a whole build up around the fact of him,
Yeah.
him being the original clone, and it being this whole break off where you could. I personally, I think you could do it. I think there's enough universe
I
around
think you
it,
could.
and you could have one offs. If you had a good director who would pull in a couple of the main characters from the new movie, like they're doing with Avengers, if you could pull in these characters to make them all tied,
I think
they work.
I think it would be really difficult to make Boba Fett's character care enough to give him a conflict other than save my ass.
You would have to change his.
That-
Yeah.
you'd have
You
to
know-
change his character
Yeah,
in
you'd have
order
to change his
produce a
character a bit.
film that would have a narrative to follow.
Like have some kind of arc and yeah.
yeah.
When
exactly.
I think of Star Wars characters, there's like one character. I mean, there's the obvious ones, but then there's one character that always sticks out in my mind. I have no idea who it is, no clue.
Bib
it's
Fortuna?
No, it's the dude who sits next to Lando
Yes!
in Millennium Falcon.
I used to know
with
that
the
guy's name,
multiple
and I totally
cheeks.
don't-
He's got like multiple overlapping cheeks. Yeah, that guy.
That's awesome.
I don't know who that is, but I'd like to see him again. He was
I'm not
funny
lying. I
looking.
would love the.
I'd
I
like
would
to
love
just
the.
see him again.
I would love the Lando movie.
That's
I would love
would
Lando.
love the Lando
Lando
movie.
has some fun shit that I think they could play with a lot, and it wouldn't have to do with anything else because he's always got his enterprises and shit going and bouncing from one to the next.
It's just
He
it's a
could be like
square
my
peg
idiot
in a round.
brother.
It's a square peg in a round hole. It's like I don't think that it's the same as these comic book characters that all can lead franchises on their own. I think they're like, oh, it works with Marvel. We'll do it with Star Wars, and I just don't. I don't see that. And then it's gonna all lead up to some Avengers movie. And I know that I'm in the minority when I say I didn't like the Avengers movie. But what I didn't like about it is because it was all just a stupid reunion. There was no story. It was just like
That's not
getting
true.
the
They go
band back
get
together.
freaking Genghis Khan.
It's just like
I do like Pat Oswalt singing there when he's like, "Fucking Hawkeye," and he's
Black
like,
Widow?
Black Widow, those are
They
not
don't count.
Those are not top tier characters.
Yeah.
"Those are tier 1, baby."
Top-
And
Shelf,
that's
tier
the
1.
problem with Star Wars is there's 3 tier 1 characters, and then I don't think that anybody wants to see the tier 2
But
character
you never
movies.
get a. Here's the problem. Here's the thing. You got.
There's only been 2 good movies of Star Wars.
But you get little tastes, and the things that people like from even the bad films. Okay, so even the remakes, when people saw Yoda
Yeah.
finally do something. I mean, I remember the same thing in the theater. The movie up to that point, you're like, well,
Yeah.
you know,
He
this is
hopped around
okay.
like a frog.
When all of a sudden he just started kicking, and he's like, okay, I'm a Jedi. You people forget that. To me, it's no different than when they took the Jedi at the beginning of the first one. That everybody hates the Phantom Menace. But I'm telling you, he stuck the fucking lightsaber inside the vault door. Everybody in the theater was like, holy. There's so much that they haven't shown us that's written, like at least in novels and books and whatnot, that it'll at least get them one movie for a bunch of the stuff.
I think
you're right. I don't know past that.
I think
I
they
don't know
should
past
hire
that.
the original Clone Wars guys and have them make the movie.
The ones who do the
ones that
animated
did
series?
the 2D animated one, because everything in that was really entertaining. There wasn't a really giant arc because it was just war and it was different.
Well, it just
snippets
takes
of the
place,
war.
right? You're just
Yeah.
taking place of.
But goddamn, there was some cool shit in there. Just Mace tearing some shit up. Yoda.
Well, that's what I mean. You have
like,
these characters
ripping
that you want
ships
to
from
kind
the
of see what
sky.
they could do and what made them who they are.
But you don't want to see a whole movie of Yoda with a lightsaber fighting. You know what I mean? Like that
It
in one
be.
scene,
It
you're like,
wouldn't
that's
be.
cool.
I mean, it wouldn't be. And that Yoda was the one example. Actually, when I read all those, I'm like, huh. There would have to be some. I'm like, do I want to see a whole Yoda movie?
I think you guys just don't understand. Everything is terrible. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
You're
right
having
now.
a shit day, aren't
Everything-
you, Courtney? Courtney is on a downward.
Technology's awesome.
What other-
Courtney showed up
Sucks.
drunk. There's
What other
something wrong.
bullshit do you guys want to talk about that sucks?
Men in Black 3.
Oh. Hey, you know what has pretty much all been confirmed, all but been confirmed at this point is that the World War Z movie is going to have fast zombies.
That was the one problem with
That
Dawn of the
trailer.
Dead remake.
How has that not been?
We were talking
confirmed?
about that before.
Well, it hasn't. I mean, you've seen stuff in the images in the trailer, but there were pinnacle moments in the book, like major moments that they'll have to have, like the battle at Yonkers and stuff that they wasn't really shown, really, and so
I'm not holding my breath for this thing following the book that much.
That's my point. Is I think I've.
But that's the
it became
thing about,
less interesting.
That's
to
the
me.
thing about the book that was so cool. And for everyone who hasn't read the book that's listening, this is maybe a bit of a spoiler alert. But there's a part in the book where the zombies are moving very slow, like they normally do, but they have all this artillery and tanks and big weaponry
That's
that they're
such a
firing at
good
them,
section.
and it literally does nothing to them because their organs can't liquefy. And so, like most of the reason, like the only reason people die when an explosive shell goes off near them is because the force of the impact liquefies their organs. It literally turns them to muck inside, and they die because of the force of the bomb going off. This doesn't affect zombies. So some of them will get blown to smithereens, but the whole rest of the pack of thousands of them, like maybe you take out 10, and thousands of them are still meandering at you at a very slow pace, and that shakes the will of the army who's fighting them, and then one guy calls out, "Fuck! I hit it in the head! It didn't go down! You can't kill them!" And then all hell breaks loose. Like, that's the part that's scary, not the fact that they're just running at you.
Well, the whole part of
Like, I'm
that
gonna
book, the
get
whole
ya.
chapter that was just talking about the military strategy and how it had to go
Felt the
completely
shit.
out the window because you were fighting, because that whole thing where they're talking about if you cut the head off a snake,
You can't break.
it will
Rules of
break
war.
the rules of war. Like,
don't apply.
They don't apply to
Sun Tzu, man. You
a
cannot
completely
break your enemy.
autonomous enemy that just will keep going no matter what. I was like, you listen to that and you're like, holy shit, that's nobody has talked about zombies like that. That this is a force that just will not stop until it's destroyed everything.
They talked about actually the Rooster Teeth podcast. They touched on this.
can't break its
They
will.
touched on this a little bit. And
you can't
and
starve it out. You can't wait it out. You can't
One of
do
the
anything.
guys.
We don't copy other podcasts.
Well, no, I'm just stealing a quote from Brad Pitt that he talked about, saying he in an interview for Entertainment Weekly talked about that they realized up front the movie when he got the rights, he fought for the rights for this, that they wanted to do. They felt like that zombie had been done before, and they wanted something a little more kind of exciting, everything else. And the guy brought up a good point on the show. It's just like, then fucking do a different movie.
Yeah.
Don't take something that's awesome.
And call it Project Z. Don't call it World War Z. Because
And
it's got
second,
nothing to fucking
I still
do
stick
with
to the
story.
pack of it needs to be an HBO miniseries like Game of
Yeah.
Thrones,
and
it
do
would
it
be
and do it
fucking
legitimately
amazing.
like
no, get big stars.
and do it
That's
like
what
stars.
The
Like,
Watchmen should have been.
I wish
Yes
it
and
would have
no.
been. I wish it would have been. I still like
World War Z would be way better done in just high actors,
yeah.
And
pay a
small
lot of
snippets.
money, and you do small snippets of those sections.
Yeah.
So the other
Which
day,
is also why I don't think 28 Days Later was a zombie movie. It's not. They starved them out. They weren't zombies.
Yeah, they did starve them out.
They were just douches that were angry.
But the original ending for 28 Days Later was supposed to be that the only way you could cure the disease was a full, because it was in the blood, was a full blood transfusion.
blood plasma transfusion.
Yeah, and there's a character
Very risky.
midway through the movie that becomes a zombie, a parent of one of the kids, and they actually, on the DVD, they have storyboards that you can see what the alternate
gonna do it,
ending.
yeah.
And they were going to do, it was going to end with a full blood transfusion of that character, which is the fucking dumbest thing on earth. So starving him out was the lesser of those two evils.
Right.
So I was thinking about changing the name of my phone to Titanic, so when I plug it into my computer, it will sync.
Are you kidding me? Like, do you?
Did you get a new batch? Where'd you pull these up? Did you pull these up recently?
If you could teabag any person, and I mean in real life, teabag any person,
Arnold
who
Schwarzenegger.
would you teabag?
Oh, good question.
Arnold. But I
that's a
want.
really
Wait,
good
can it
question.
be? It has to be in this current time
What
frame.
does that mean?
Drop your nuts right in like.
Wait,
their-
question.
Why do you go to somebody
on their
that you
chin.
want to like show up? Like, why not like in a really attractive model or
No,
something?
I want this to get
terrible.
weird.
Why
Question:
would you do that
Well,
Can
think
it
about-
be
think about that. Who would you want to do that
a
to?
person at a certain time in their life, or does
Robertson.
it have to be them at this moment as they are?
Yeah, can they be alive? Could I do it to Kennedy?
I want it to be Arnold, but when he won his Mr. Olympian title.
Okay, so you want to be sitting on top of his head as he's winning the
Can I
title,
just ask- that's
with your
really
balls
in-
just kind of hanging over his.
That's
nose and
incredibly
face?
specific.
I've spent zero time other than right now thinking about it, and that's where I went.
Okay.
I want it to be a big,
Yeah.
burly man. It's not weird. It's not weird.
I want
Adam,
to appreciate.
It's not weird, is it?
We do not discriminate here.
That's
on
not
the
weird, right,
Nerdtastic
guys?
Podcast.
That's not weird, right? That's fine.
George Bush Jr.
See, dude, another dude.
would take my balls right in his mouth.
Wait, George Bush Jr. Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm with it.
George,
So you're
that'd be
thinking
George Bush's son.
I was thinking George Washington. I was like, I didn't
Really?
even
Did
know
I
he
lose
had
him
a
at
kid.
junior?
yeah,
Is
I
that
think
what
you
it
lost
was?
my junior.
I'm not
He's
lying.
like, wait,
I
so
went
he's a
George
tiny
Washington.
version of George H.W. Bush?
Kearney, whose
Okay.
balls, whose mouth.
I don't know. Like, could I pick a place too? Because
Yes,
like,
yeah,
how
absolutely.
cool.
The more colorful, the
Let me
better.
just tell
Casino.
you how cool it would be, and this might be a little bit dark, but also be awesome, to teabag Hitler in front of a concentration camp.
Nice.
Like, then they would like uprise and like. Take
You think
over.
that? Hold on.
Like
You
that
think
would
that was
That's like
all the
one
Jews
step below
needed
just-
to uprise was to see
Teabag.
another man's balls on another man?
I'm not saying that.
They would have been
that's-
like
Hitler.
That's
Hitler
true. They just
specifically.
would have been like,
Yeah.
hold on, everybody. We can take down these fences. We can do this.
I'm just
I've
saying,
seen that man's testicles.
you don't understand what that does to a person's will.
Oh,
like, because we haven't seen it. We haven't seen that happen. I think it would encourage the same way that like a mom can lift a car if it's on her
I
kid.
cannot believe you made that
Yeah.
comparison.
No, but
Get
the
over here.
adrenaline
Get
would
over
be
here.
coming through
You
you at
high-five
such
me.
a rate.
You high-five me.
Fennel.
I'm just saying.
I think it would be Patton Oswalt,
Wow.
because I'm pretty sure my balls would look incredible on his fat baby head.
What do you mean, like they make him look big, or what do you mean incredible?
I
Like
think
describe
it
to
would
me
just-
incredible.
It would go with the motif quite
Okay.
well, I think.
Okay.
They would fit. He might be able to wear them.
Now, would you try to get him on his eye sockets? Where would you put him?
I'm pretty sure I would just kind of dip them around and sort of just soup in the sauce a little bit. Yeah. Stir the soup.
Jason Carter, where are your
Testicles.
so
So
Holy
told you,
Grail's going.
I told you how to catch a unique rabbit. Did I tell
No,
you how to
no,
catch a
no.
tame
You can't
rabbit?
That's
dodge
not
it.
answering
You
the
can't dodge
question.
it. You can't dodge it.
I would not.
You
do
have
that.
to.
That would be.
You have to.
You could have
absolutely
ended
have to.
World War II,
Yeah.
like I did.
I'm not. That's,
You have to.
You could have
You
stopped
absolutely have
Schwarzenegger
to.
from being governor, like Adam did.
Yeah. He probably wouldn't be
There,
able to run a
there
state.
is no scenario in which I would have to do that.
Yeah, right now. The scenario is right now.
Right now.
The scenario is right now.
Like
There would
literally
be no
right now.
Patriot Act.
This is the
if Jack
scenario
wouldn't have
where
done it.
you have
Seriously,
to do it.
I've ended wars.
Yeah.
We'd never be in Iraq.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So let me,
would be
let
good.
me explain.
Home invasion.
California
gun to your
is
Here's the-
financially okay because of me.
Here's the reason. I just found out about what this actually is, but
Did you Google a video?
no, Jack just told me. But
Wait, how do you play Halo and not know what teabagging is?
He doesn't
Yeah.
play multi.
what? You can't do that.
How did
Yeah,
you
you
go to
can.
college and not know what teabag? How are you a dude and not know what teabagging is?
How did you teabag me last week and not know what teabagging is?
That was for pleasure.
No,
That was
because
just love.
there's a fundamental core concept problem with it.
No, no, there is no problem with this.
No, there is, because think about it. If you were going to put your
Balls. Say it. Balls.
scrotum
You're
near,
gonna do balls too. The scrotum.
That's even
you're
worse.
gonna get it all. You're gonna
Yeah.
dip the
Do you
whole
think-
thing.
Do you think doctors say balls occasionally? Do you think they slip and just like say,
I
"Sorry,
hope-
your balls"? I mean, your scrotum. Sorry. Do you think that ever
I hope
happens?
doctor to doctor they sometimes just throw out.
I'm going
like,
for a physical on
do
Friday.
you know-
I'm going to ask him to refer to it as my balls.
I will not listen to you
Name
unless
each
you
Ask
say
him what he
balls.
thinks of them.
Name each one a different name. Like, what, are you talking about Steve or Joseph? Because
do you know how we know that Tickle Me Elmo
Nope,
is a
nope.
male?
Jason,
Oh,
Jason,
God.
you're not
who's
getting around this.
your balls in their
When,
mouth.
when he left the factory, they gave him two.
They don't have to
test
be in the mouth though.
tickles.
They don't have to actually go in the mouth.
How about that? I got a good one.
all right,
Who do you
Jason.
think? No, who do you think Jason would put his
Ooh,
balls
okay.
in?
I like this.
Let's go around the room.
There we go.
Even better.
Adam.
I think
No,
who do
I
you
don't want to
think-
go first. I don't want to go first. I got to think a second.
I think I don't know a particular person, but I think it would be a picture of the person and not the person.
yeah.
It would be
Framed with glass.
That's
so
some kinky shit.
a signed photo of Brendan Fraser in Dudley Do Right, in the Dudley Do Right outfit. That's what it would be. It would say to Jason, teabag away, Brendan.
We love
My
you,
face
Brendan.
is your
I
canvas.
envision a scenario of our own Jason Carter walking into his HOA meeting, finding the first person who bitched about his backyard, walking up to probably her, saying, "And this is repayment."
Slap.
Dip.
The funniest thing about, like, if you think about the action, it's not a quick, like,
No,
fuck
it
you.
takes-
It's going to take time. You got to get
kinda
up
have to
onto
plan
some
it out.
table
Oh, no.
situation. You got to get the
you
pants
need
down.
motor planning skills to
Yeah,
pull off a team.
and you
Yeah.
need serious coordination because you got to be wearing something that either
Look.
shorts that are short enough to get the balls out from underneath.
You
the
may
shorts.
work.
Ooh, I never
You're
thought
not
of
up, you're
that.
not up to respond yet, Adam.
Now, are
who's
we,
Jason
are we
teabagging?
saying? Are we saying in this fictional world? Can he do it to a cartoon? Can he do that?
No.
But you can do it to the voice of a cartoon.
Then maybe.
Or a picture of a cartoon.
I was thinking.
Yeah.
I was thinking
What
maybe
if-
a puppet.
what if we
I was
printed
thinking
out a
maybe some
picture
kind
of
of puppet.
like a
something?
Muppet.
Maybe like Elmo. I don't know.
What
Just
if
'cause
we?
that's weird.
What if we printed out a picture of something and just put it on his toilet seat?
Technically, it happened.
You got
And
to tape it
then-
into the middle though, because my balls don't sit on the toilet seat; they dangle. So you got to
They
tape
do
it
dangle,
into the
right?
opening.
This
Yeah.
conversation is brought to you by the Nerdtastic group of
We're
men.
literally
going to
keep talking about
You
it
don't.
until
You don't ever
Jason
get to
answers
slide
it.
like you
Hey,
sit a bit
alright.
too far
We're
forward.
just
and
gonna
you
keep
slide
talking
back.
about it.
Here-
Like in the
here it
middle of
is.
the like in the
You
middle of
ready?
the night in the
Here's
dark,
my
and you
answer.
do like
Well, yeah.
the slide back, and the ball kind of go pop,
Right,
pop,
right.
and then
I have
float in.
never. I have never.
Just gave it.
There's Jason.
No, he didn't.
Gave it.
Rewind.
say
Nope,
anything.
he didn't.
Rewind.
You said
Nope.
nothing.
We're gonna keep.
Throw
Okay,
it
so
over her.
Sean, who did you think he was gonna do?
Let him go.
Pip-
Let him go. Let him go. I wanna
Well,
hear it.
okay, you got one?
Yeah. All right.
So-
So the reason I wouldn't is because it's right
No,
next to
there's
the
no-
teeth. You wouldn't put something sensitive next to
You
someone else's
You can
teeth.
do it on their head. You can do it anywhere.
Hold on. In a non-intimate situation.
What do you think is non-intimate about teabagging Hitler in front of a concentration camp?
I'm saying if you did that to somebody
I
that
got a heart. Is that weird?
if you did that to somebody who was clearly like, hey, I'm doing this to humiliate you.
Have you ever
You
done
don't-
hypothetical before?
You don't think that
Have you
someone's going to
ever
bite?
done hypothetical?
No.
Yeah, in
No,
my
in
world,
this case,
no.
they're taking it.
We will
Whoever you
guarantee.
pick, they're
We'll
taking
guarantee it. We can 100% guarantee it.
There's a gun to
they're-
their head.
Typically, they're already dead because this is a team deathmatch type of thing that
Yeah,
happens in.
or at
so-
least drunk and passed out because that's when I did it to all my friends.
of course,
Go.
Well, I guess
pictures or it didn't happen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
No, there's no one.
No.
There's
Hypothetically,
no- there's
you're doing
no
this.
Literally, we're going
We've
to talk
picked
about this
four
for the
you.
next
You're picking
30
one.
minutes. We are going to talk about this for the next 30
Look,
minutes.
here's the thing. I've never once ever.
That's why you
Don't
got to
think
think
about
about
it.
it now.
Don't think about it.
Neither
I
had
went
we.
gut. I
It's
went
such
gut.
a weird thing. That's like me saying, hey, you know what? Who would you put?
Yep,
who?
we'll all
would you
answer
take-
whatever question you say right now. We will all answer. it.
Would you take
FM.
your knee
Okay.
and put it in the neck pit
Okay.
of another human being?
Okay.
Just gently resting it there.
Okay, sure.
I've probably done it.
Barack Obama.
Nearly
Yep.
everybody.
That's so weird.
During a presidential conference.
Jenny McCarthy.
Ooh, nice. Damn, I should have gone more. I should have gone with.
You
a
could have
girl.
went sexy with that one
I
because you
went
went
with another
soft.
dude.
You went
I went
soft.
another dude. Dang it.
You're
Am
so
I wearing
gay.
pants?
No.
You know how I know
Yeah,
you're
that's
gay?
true.
You want to put your knee in Barack Obama's neck.
But he's such a powerful figure.
That is true.
Okay, anyways.
That would make
Jason
him
Carter,
famous.
put your balls on somebody, please.
Go.
No, but seriously, that would make Adam famous. Putting
Yeah.
his knee in
Yeah.
Barack Obama's
He'd
neck
probably be
cavity.
shot.
Now, are
That's
we
true,
thinking?
too.
Are you thinking you're?
Are we
coming at him
flying
from
through the
front?
air at a particular
yeah,
velocity
it's not
when
a
this is
violent. It's
happening?
not a violent.
It's like a
knee.
gently resting, like a.
Yeah,
like
that's
a
why I went with the
spooning
woman.
Situation.
It's
I
just
know.
spooning.
So you're
see?
spooning.
standing, or am I somehow
top.
trying to acrobat it up there while she's still standing?
We're gonna call it
How you
kneeing.
feeling, Kearney?
Yeah, it's tough. I think I'd want, like, for something just like that gentle, I'd want to do it to, like, Mr. Rogers. Somebody who's
God,
like
I
a
wish he
calm
was still
voice.
alive.
Fucking
like
Bob
that.
Ross.
Would he have the tennis shoes on?
He probably
or the
needs it. He
happy
is
relaxed
probably
into the
a
house on?
lonely.
Probably the
motherfucker.
tennis shoes.
Okay, I like
He'd
when he
be
switches
just
to the
calm.
tennis shoes.
Yeah.
It feels right.
I'd totally pick Bob Ross. Happy little
Yeah,
accident.
that's nice.
Okay, let me ask you a question.
No, there's no
No,
more questions.
no.
You
No,
answer
you
where
had
your
to-
balls
We
are going.
all answered your dumb ass.
Whatever your
hypothetical.
question is, the
All right,
answer
all
is
right.
yes.
Here.
I'm tweeting right now that Jason Carter will not answer this damn question.
Look. Okay, let me just. So the
someone
point
you
of
hate
this,
or someone you
the point
love.
of this is to do this to somebody that you don't like.
No,
you
there's
can
no
choose.
rules.
Doesn't
There's
matter.
no rules.
Other than you have to answer it.
Yeah.
That's the rule.
It's like Outback
My
Steakhouse.
own
There's no
hand.
rules.
Just right.
There.
You impose your
Your
own.
aunt?
My hand.
That's not a person.
That's not a
you
person.
dummy.
That's the only rule. You literally found the only rule.
I am so
You
blown
said there
away
were
by
no
how-
rules. You just said there were
my
no
God.
rules.
I love that you thought he said his aunt.
All right, I'm picking one for you.
No, yeah, no. He is either A, going down on the record saying his
Mine's
aunt,
really good, though.
or he's going to answer it correctly. So we're going to
Yeah.
put it up on Facebook.
We will say
We're
no
gonna put it in-
response equals your aunt.
No, he said aunt. I heard aunt.
Yeah, so no
I heard
response
aunt.
now.
Okay.
So
I
Jason
guess-
Carter is going to teabag his aunt.
I guess I will just say this, and you
No,
can
this-
draw
this-
whatever
this-
conclusion
there's-
you
no,
want.
no,
What? It's a fucking name.
There are-
Name.
there-
Santa Claus.
Let-
It doesn't
Are you
Name
gonna
a
let me talk?
person. Just say a
Are
person.
you gonna let me talk?
No.
This
So,
is coercing
uh,
the client.
We all have the Facebook password. We're going to change it. I'll email it to you guys. Jason wants to teabag his aunt. That's the end of the story.
A-N-T?
So, I will say this:
I will say this.
there are 3 actresses that I just cannot stand.
Here we
watching.
go.
I see.
I like
this is
this.
easy.
I just cannot stand watching
Yep.
them. I'm sorry, I just never seen a role where I like
That's fine.
Bette Midler,
Sure.
Glenn Close,
Done.
and
That's
kinky.
Meryl Streep.
That's
I
kinky.
just don't. I'm sorry. I just
So-
Triple
just-
teabag.
So say the words. I will.
Yeah.
I would like to.
I'm not a big fan of Glenn Close.
And I would like to.
She's a handsome woman.
So
I
say,
know,
say,
I'm not happy
say,
I would like to.
I would like to.
not see another performance
No.
from Glenn.
I would like
You
to
broke the
teabag
second rule.
Glenn Close, which is him not being
No,
a
that's
man.
a falsity. I would not like to do that to anyone in that kind of a situation.
If the circumstances arrived,
If it was a
arise,
hypothetical
you would-
situation.
Well,
That's
this is clearly hypothetical.
Yeah.
I mean, except
Yeah.
for mine. Ours are all real. They're gonna happen.
Gumby.
So you want to teabag Gumby? That's a fine answer. Just
Done.
say it.
Done.
Say
Say
it.
it.
Oh,
Say
I
it.
like.
No,
say
say
it.
it.
Say it.
I want to teabag Gumby.
You just said it. Good.
No.
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 No,
I'm
Jason.
Jason
No,
Carter.
Jason.
Just repeat
Of
after
sound,
me.
mind, and body. Would like to teabag
Under
Gumby.
no coercion.
I, Jason Carter, under no coercion,
Would like to
would like to.
find my testicles.
firmly attached.
I know where they are.
You need to say it though. Find
Yeah.
my
I want to
testicles.
find my testicles on Gumby's face or
don't-
head
I
region.
don't want that.
Oh my god, I want.
But in this story, you do.
Okay, everybody, I'm changing my answer. I want to teabag Jason.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. Can we all do it? Can we all just
I
have
want to
mine?
teabag
The same
Jason.
time.
I want him to feel the appreciation
Yeah.
Circle
of him,
bag.
of him not answering the question. Okay, so I have one more hypothetical.
I like these.
Which
I love
I
these.
stole.
I love hypotheticals.
I stole from another said show just because God, it's such a good damn question.
Yeah.
This is hypothetical. Two choices. Now this might be
this-
really
this
easy.
thing.
This might be really easy. For
I
a
love
lot
go-
of people,
I love going deep.
A lot of
I
no,
love
no, no,
going deep
A
into-
lo-
into
yeah, think about it.
hypotheticals.
Think about it.
exactly what you're going
A lot of people, dude, answer this quickly, and I actually had to really think about this.
Okay.
I can't
You
wait.
have two choices.
Still thinking about it.
yeah.
You could either you're going to lose one of these.
Oh no.
For the rest of your life.
Rest of your life.
How old am I?
Would
My
you-
current age?
No, right now, this
Okay,
day.
okay, good.
As of when we leave the show, you get one or the other for the rest of your life.
Okay.
Would you either choose to have sex at your current rate, whatever you're having it and how you're having it, for the rest of your life, or would you choose to lose masturbation? Go.
Wait.
It sounds so simple.
No, you did it wrong.
No, did I?
You can either have sex or
Or
masturbate.
masturbation. Yes.
Neither
But
at the same time.
Wait.
No.
rest of your life.
No.
What?
You get Sean, do it up. You get one or the other. Would you, if you had to lose one or the other?
I've never
either-
done them at the same time.
Either you can
Try
do
that.
That's good times. Either you can, either you can choose to have sex,
now I get it.
or you could lose sex, but you still have masturbation. But if
Now-
you keep the sex, you don't have masturbation.
Now, are
anymore.
Yeah.
we talking about the actual
Rest of
act
your life.
intercourse, or
Yes.
are we? So
No,
like not
Intercourse.
specific to a
So
partner.
we could still do foreplay.
No,
I think
no,
the
no.
spirit of the question is
It's a
with
hypothetical,
another.
Jason.
I know, with another person or without another person.
No. I'm talking about, do I still get some beaches and maybe some reacharoos, some under the table footsies? What do I still?
whatever partner. Sex.
This is literally my favorite
sexual,
part of
no,
hypotheticals.
sure.
I love-
Sexual. You can never masturbate again. When you're home alone for a week and they're not around and it's just you sitting after a good old game of Call of Duty.
Yeah.
but,
And all I need to
can't
do
You
is
reward
release.
yourself.
Now,
you can't though.
But
I-
you might be able to get a
or-
reach-a-roo.
Or you
What
can
about an
choose to do
under-the-table
that.
footsie?
You could choose to do that and keep that in your life and masturbate for the rest of your life, where you don't need a partner if they're not there.
do I get to do some really cool stuff by myself? Like maybe,
Oh, whatever.
with my own.
Sure, if you
I'm
can reach
flexible.
it. If you can reach it.
I'm flexible. Will I gain some kind of flexibility?
It's a great question, though.
Can
It sounds
someone
so
else,
stupid.
Can someone else masturbate me? Or is it only me?
No. Well, no, because we're
No, it's no. They can because it's with a partner. The point is, and all of us in this room, I'm guessing Jason too. I'm gonna give the teabagger the benefit of the doubt. Those moments, now that we're definitely older and we find ourselves with alone time for whatever reason it might be, that you're like, oh, this is my time. But all of a sudden that my time's gone because you chose sex.
Wow.
Now, this is what I was thinking when they were asking this, because nobody's bringing this up, because everybody on their Twitter feed was like, I keep sex. I'm like, okay, you're just broing up to all your buddies. Losing masturbation might be tough.
I know what I like.
So would you keep sex or would you keep masturbation?
That's hard.
I know.
That's like
This is
hard one.
it is seriously. If you really think about it, it's a tough one.
But let me give you this one. I have,
and I don't mean sex every day. I mean
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
the way you're
Whatever
having
it
it
is.
now, whatever you're having now.
But I will say that I've had masturbation for longer than I've had sex.
Sure.
And probably had more of it.
Which means you're probably better at it.
Which means I'm better at it, but also means that maybe
It's a given.
I can get rid of it because, like, I've had, it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen that movie
You've
a lot
had
of
your
times.
left eye your whole life,
Yeah.
too.
Oh, but
You're gonna get rid
I've
of
had
that.
this guy since I
that's
was
true.
born,
Isn't
and he
it-
knows
yeah.
what I like.
Isn't it also the
Yeah.
old analogy too? It was it was there before you. It's going to be there after you.
I think I might pick masturbation.
Really?
I think so.
I'm a friendly guy. And I can be friendly the rest of my life as long as I know I can handle myself.
Yeah.
There's something to that,
I
me,
enjoy
which
my
sounds
alone time.
very weird.
No, I get that.
Honestly,
a bit of freedom.
I'd probably vote that. I would probably vote masturbation.
Because it's going to be there
It's hard to take a quick
when
10-minute
menopause
break at
hit.
work.
Let's go further. I thought of this. Let's talk about when our wives hit menopause and they really don't want you. Okay, well you've lost both.
What if I
Wait
go
a
hands
second,
free and
though.
I can do it just with my legs?
Nope.
And-
That's
but
still
this
by
is the
yourself
thing,
masturbating.
is at that
What if I
point,
can just concentrate really hard?
if our wives know this, I think they would let us go astray.
No.
Because we'd be like, hey, we gave that shit up so that we could pleasure you.
You're
I'm
talking
newly
about
married,
you're
so
talking about the great white
there are a-
buffalo.
there are a lot of-
That's what happened.
Ernie, there are a lot of wives that already think that.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that you
true.
gave up your shit, so you can
you
have
can-
my shit. So don't
That's
do your
true.
shit.
So Adam, you're sticking with masturbation.
I think so. I mean, I think if there's obviously repercussions on either end, and neither is a perfect solution. There is no question about
definitely
that.
a sacrifice.
That you are going to be taking some sacrifices.
Both sucks, obviously, right?
Yeah,
because
both suck.
when you do have sex, you're like, oh, this is amazing. But
what
then
if
the
you get,
reality
like-
hits that the very next day, or even that night, sometimes.
What if
well,
you
I'm
get
alone. I want
carpal-
to do it myself, and you can't.
But what if you get carpal
Yeah.
tunnel syndrome on both of your hands,
Fuck.
and now you
Yeah.
can't masturbate anymore?
That's an important thing. What if you break your arms in a
Well,
car
what if you
accident?
did that? Well, shit.
guess you
What
gotta get
happened
some
if you get paralyzed on the ways down? You can't feel it anymore, and sex was your only. You're screwed either way, right?
Yeah.
How
I don't know. Let's just get back to the core
how
question.
confident are we that technology is going to advance to a stage that
Neurotic
like
stimulation.
yeah, that like Demolition Man, that those kinds of VR goggles.
Yeah,
are gonna
how do
make
we know that we can't
masturbation
have
just
sex with
mindless.
Well, that's
Sylvester
it. But
Stallone.
that's part of masturbation. You could still do that because that's part of masturbating.
Could you have ecstasy?
Game changer.
that?
Ecstasy, sex. But it's so strong that you just orgasm right away.
What about that stuff? What if
Sure,
I'm?
if
What
you're
about
by
that stuff where I
yourself and
choke
it's-
myself?
Braggo.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, Kearney, where are you at? You're new. Like I said, you're living the
Yeah,
dream right
that's
now.
the
You're
thing.
like having like sex twice a week.
I mean,
right
like
now.
I'm having it like probably like 2 to 3 times every 6 months. So
You're living the
like,
dream, dude.
what?
You're living the
Why would I
dream.
want
I
to
don't
give
know.
that up? My
I-
bi-yearly, doinkathon.
I literally go back to the fact of like, I think that masturbation could grow old if it was my only option. It could grow old. It would just become like you're bringing up. I think Jack, you bring up a lot of like utilitarian approaches of like I'd be nicer. There's nothing of like, but I enjoy it.
You're gonna have to
Sure.
start taking yourself out on dates.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna fucking
I think
loathe myself.
How angry you are
Like,
now.
Yeah.
I think you would.
That's true.
Way worse.
How guilty you feel after every time, and that's what you get to live with for the rest of your life.
Starting
Yeah.
tomorrow, Kearney would be the angriest man alive.
I think honestly, I want to live in a world where my answer is sex. That's what I would.
I think we
don't
all
know
do.
if that.
No, honestly, I think we all do.
That's a tough one. But man, I'd
So
want
I'll
to make
answer
it work.
honestly. I'll answer honestly. My sex drive is very high, and
That's why you're rubbing my leg right now.
as I rub my back, it's close though.
That's not his hand either.
That's your foot.
Oh.
I think the reality would be, I probably, man, it's sad. I think that's the thing. It's sad to say masturbation.
But then
it
wouldn't
probably would be.
your wife leave you then? Because you've chosen it, so now there's those repercussions we haven't even talked about.
No, maybe not. I think as much as women say, not all women, so I don't want to speak for all women. I think as much as women talk shit how they want it just as much as us, I'm pretty sure women could hold out because the woman can masturbate all she wants if she wants, whatever, right? I think they could do a better job of not having it and still being with you and still living the family life and whatever they want to do.
You have kids. I don't have any kids. I say
Sure.
that to my wife, and I'm
Sure.
like, yeah, I'm never going to give you a kid because
Did
I
you-
made this decision because
Did you
the
split-
wizard Adam McFarlane.
Did you split the price of the TV or anything like that you guys have to deal with at the end?
No.
So,
Yeah, kept that.
I mean,
Nice.
I'm
Yeah.
guessing the answer,
Smart.
but I
fucking TV's mine.
I'd love to still,
Smart.
I'd love to still hear it out of your mouth.
She can have the kid.
She can have the kid.
I want the
I want a
TV.
teabag Gumby.
And that's the correct
I will
answer.
give up neither sex nor masturbation, but I will admit to wanting to teabag Gumby or
Yeah.
Bette Midler.
I like Gumby. He's nice.
I want to stick my balls on
When
his
close.
face.
Here's all I will say, and again, you can draw your conclusion from this: is
You're
that
the worst of hypothetical.
No,
You
just
answer with a
as-
hypothetical.
Yes.
Stimulation.
Are you just gonna say words?
Start with
Stimulation.
medical. You're gonna have the most
Are we
like,
going to have the birds and the bees
Shaft.
talk right now
synonyms
from you?
with
Fun stimulation.
Carpet.
what I wanna have is-
microphone.
Look.
dual person fun more
I'm
than
a firm
another-
believer
Oh, that's an
Firm.
erection joke.
that wasn't intended to be.
Yeah, it was.
Uh,
He's firm in his beliefs,
that stimulation
both firm.
is more meaningful, more rewarding, and heightened when it's shared in an intimate relationship with another person.
Sure.
I back that up. Yeah.
So
So
you
your answer
didn't
is
answer the
none.
question, but
Yeah.
I mean he did.
But
kind
you're
of.
inferring that you would give up masturbation.
And if your wife decided not to have sex with you anymore, you'd be very comfortable living that lifestyle for the rest of your life, right? There's a smile. It's like a
I have
because that's a possibility,
Said
right?
about all I'm going to say on the subject.
So, you want to do one more?
Yeah,
Okay, let's do one more.
I love
This is a little bit of different twist, though. We go around the room, and you say a really awesome superpower with a really bad drawback. And then when they're all on the table, we pick which one we would like.
So we're not. I can just name one. I don't have to. I don't have to choose this one.
It's just right.
Wait, is it an
bad
intrinsic
drawback.
or is it one like we make up like, oh, I can fly, but if I fly too high, my balls burn off?
or is it like I can fly, but
it's like that? I can make it up. Gotcha.
It doesn't actually. Does it have to relate to the superpower? It's like I can fly, but I also have.
Well,
web.
it should be
feet.
the
I don't know.
the debilitation
Not that
should
bad.
be as debilitating as the power is awesome.
Okay.
All right, so they kind of even each other.
I
out.
need an example. I need
And
a boiler.
I got
need
mine. An invulnerability.
Wow.
You live forever. So living forever has consequences of
took
seeing
one from me.
everybody die around you for
I hear
the
you.
rest of your life.
I've seen
and
that.
see
I've
the
seen
world
that. I've seen
change
Twilight. I get it.
into bad.
Can I-
Anyways, that's mine.
Can I do one like that? Because this is the drawback. You're invulnerable, but only while you're asleep. That's the kind
like
of thing
that
I'm
one.
talking about.
Yeah.
You can fly,
know
but
where
you
to
can
go.
only fly at the speed of
Okay,
sound.
I totally was confused. What
See
you
what
were
I mean?
really
So there's
asking.
a
So you have to pick a superpower with
there's
something
a power,
lame
and
part
then
of it.
Yeah, there's a
Oh, I got
power,
one.
and then there's a drawback.
I got one. This one's mine. I'm invulnerable, but every time
Everyone's invulnerable.
But
What
here
the
we
fuck?
go. I'm invulnerable, but every time somebody performs an action that would have killed me, like stabs me, shoots me, some person that I love dies.
So
like
it
takes
tran-
that.
it transfers to
so
them.
somebody stabs me, somebody that I love actually gets stabbed so that I can stay alive.
What happens to you when you run out of people you love?
It's just like probably like circles of influence. Then it's like
'Cause
people
I was
that
gonna
kind
say-
of
Keep
like
ripples out-
yeah.
rippling
until
out.
I
it's
was gonna
strangers.
say
Your unborn child is murdered.
yeah.
You could have went the same way, but you feel the pain,
Okay, so you're
which to me is almost just as bad.
so you're invulnerable, but you feel all the pain. inflicted
Literally,
upon you.
Yeah.
it's like
that's
it's like
awful.
Wolverine. It's like
Yeah.
Wolverine. Wolverine gets shot. He knows he gets shot.
Yeah.
Even more so than Wolverine, though, probably, because I still feel like he's got a. I still feel like he can take a lot of hits.
Let me think though.
But it's also expected of him. That's why it would be the worst.
Does anyone-
Is to be
can-
like, oh,
can
you go
someone-
run in
can
that
someone
fire.
write
You
this-
won't die.
Can someone write these down? Because I want us to pick which one we would pick at the end.
So we got Kearney's. Kearney's is invulnerability, but somebody close to you or a loved one dies anytime you're in a scenario of dying.
Where you would have been
Yes.
killed.
That's hard. It's hard to come up with a good
I have one. You're invisible, but you're only invisible when people take pictures of you.
Well, that's dumb.
Is that a superpower?
Sounds
just sucks.
Are you a vampire? Isn't that a vampire?
That's the best one.
Couldn't you just carry around a GoPro with you at all times?
No,
filming
picture.
yourself?
That's video.
Ah.
You gotta take pictures.
Like you
Still.
literally go
Oh.
invisible to everyone. at the moment of the picture being
Instead
taken.
of
why the
saying
fuck
video,
not?
you could rob banks at night and security cameras wouldn't catch you. Like, that's got some cool
Oh,
shit.
that's pretty
That one's pretty
fucking
badass.
cool.
Something in
We're
there,
talking about
right?
video
Dude,
or
good.
pictures.
That's a good
Recording
that's a good
device.
take
Okay.
on that. I hadn't thought about that. That's awesome.
So let's expand it to any recording device, so they won't hear your audio in recording devices.
Well,
all
that kind of
stuff.
sounds
So,
awesome.
Well, in this day and age, you'd be invisible all the damn time.
So you would not be in the show right now.
Pretty much.
Okay. That's a good one too.
That seems like a good one though, without the drawback. Like the drawback doesn't sound that bad.
People can still see you, even if this is going on. Like, you don't get recorded.
Oh,
They
the
can see you,
cameras just
only
don't
those
see
things
you.
can't catch you.
Oh, that is
Yeah.
dumb.
That's not dumb. You could rob a
Totally
lot of banks like that.
Except for that they would be like, dude, I totally saw the guy. I can
Still
describe
have
him
to know how to
perfectly.
get into
It's called nighttime,
it's,
Adam.
it's written down. Hey, don't pick my shit apart.
Smart. No, that's smart, Sean. I didn't.
We
see that.
can
went.
go
You-
all
you
night.
said it.
Yeah, go ahead.
You can time travel.
Damn it.
From your present to past and back to present. You cannot go forward in time. But every time you do, one person closest to you loses all memory of you.
But I've gone into. But if you can't go back into the future, will you ever?
You can go present to past and back to present. You
Yeah.
cannot go into the future.
Oh,
Which means
But
what
when you
you
come
what you
back to the
can
present,
do
when you come back to the present time,
Somebody doesn't know you.
someone
that you had close to you no longer remembers you. So
But
what you
you're a
can
millionaire.
do is you can go back into the past and try and cultivate all the relationships, but one of them will not remember you when you come back.
What? So let's say you
but
go
the
back.
person I have
sounds
now,
like a cool
if
video
we
game.
know each other now, I go back in time and then I come back. You still remember me, but anyone I met in the past
No.
doesn't remember
If
me.
you decided to come back via time travel, Jason wouldn't remember you. What if But if I went back like 10,
Some
like
random
before
person
you met,
wouldn't remember.
whatever.
And
like-
it's only pertinent to when you come back.
right.
To the
So if
present.
I decided to live out the years and I met you back when you met my sister,
Yep.
I go back in time to that moment when you met her and met you. And then we lived all the way up to this time.
I would still
you
remember you.
You would remember all those memories. But if I decided to then jump back into the present, you would not remember it, or somebody.
Correct, but you don't know who it's going to be.
Oh no! So I have to re-meet everybody, or just not have any friends.
Yeah, so how would it be different than your life right now, Adam?
It'd be fantastic. It seems.
Yeah.
These are
Two more.
Let me
We got two
modify
more.
it slightly by saying it's not someone close to you; it's one person you know.
I don't know. I take that gamble.
I
sounds
totally
like a
take
fat
that gamble
idea.
to buy
Yeah.
one
Well,
winning
I
lottery
don't
ticket.
have the downside
Yeah, you
yet,
won't
but
need
it would
that
be
person
something
anymore.
about you could teleport.
Yeah, I'm rich.
You could teleport,
Okay.
but
You had to give up masturbation.
you can't masturbate.
Well teleported.
You can
only
only
well
masturbate
teleported.
while teleporting. But I was saying something like where
You can teleport, but you can only teleport 5 million miles every teleportation.
That'd be
There's a
awesome.
very specific distance.
You have
that
a radius
can
of like 1,000 miles. You can only go.
You can
That's a
only
good one.
you can
That's-
only
okay, I'll
teleport
buy that.
between here and the moon and back. That's
No.
it.
No,
So I
you
wanna
can only
say-
teleport
No.
between different Walmarts. Oh, fucking hey. This is the worst.
Although honestly, there are a lot of WalMarts
worst
all over the
superpower
place.
ever.
You'd be able to get. I like.
yeah,
the,
but you
I
have
like
to
the-
start in a Walmart. How terrible is
You
that?
get all the things you need. You can get guns.
I
you
gotta
can
go
get
to the Walmart.
I'd say I'm gonna say with
Fuck.
the distance limit. Like you can only teleport, but it's going to be 1,000
5
miles.
feet. It's only the distance from you to your bathroom at any point.
and makes your nose bleed.
I'm gonna
and
say
all that.
I'm gonna say
That's so
1,000
much
miles.
worse.
1,000 miles.
So you can only
No.
teleport
You can only
1,000
teleport
It's so
1,000
much
miles.
worse to say you can only teleport 3 feet.
It's gonna take forever to get there.
Because, yeah, 1,000 miles isn't that bad.
No. You teleport, but it only happens.
3 feet
when,
could be sick.
No,
Though. 3
hold
feet
on.
could be like meet a Sean like in an instant and like fuck
Yeah.
with them and come
Or
back.
you can
Go
teleport.
through a
teleport,
wall.
but
but you can only
only
do it once a year, so you really have to plan
That's
that
cool.
shit.
It only happens when you sneeze.
Uncontrollably. Uncontrollably.
I'm in
It
China.
only happens when you sneeze.
Someone
Can you
come and
control
get me.
it?
I'm in China.
You
Can
have
control
to.
it?
You have to be able to come up with where you want to go once the sneeze starts coming in. That's
Yeah.
the amount of the window you have.
Because the 3
Oh,
feet
that's the
thing,
amount
you
of
can get
panic
to
when
a
your
wall.
brain
Yeah,
is,
exactly.
That's the amount.
But you could
So
fuck
would
it
you
up.
carry ground pepper around with you?
All right, that's
You
the
can't.
one.
It has. It's only legit.
That's the one.
Only legit sneezes.
It cannot be
That's
a
pretty funny.
manufactured
All right,
sneeze.
let's go back.
I
to
got
this.
one. I got
You
one.
sneeze
I got
out
one.
of your clothes.
Because I didn't understand the first question.
Oh,
So mine
yeah.
would be super strength. But anytime you actually use super strength, not just normal like I'm picking up a box, but
You pee
actually
a little.
super strength,
Shit your pants.
it cripples you for a month. You're wheelchair bound for a month after you use it. So say, hey guys, I can pick up a fucking car. The second
How
you
long
throw
are
the
you-
car
how long are
down,
you super strong
no,
for?
for an act,
An
so like
act?
I'm
So
picking.
you have
What if
one
my
I'm picking up this car and I launch it. At that point, after the launch, and I let it go, my body cripples down to that of like a 100-year-old man.
What
who
if
can't
my
walk.
act is now? Is it directly related to the strength of your
Yes.
thing that would determine how
Yes.
crippled you are?
Yes, whatever your base strength is, anything past your base strength would trigger this.
Now,
Because
Luckily, I've been working
It
out.
uses
Best pinch hitter.
I want to
ever.
know
exactly.
I want to know what
no,
happens.
but you couldn't run the bases.
I want to know
No,
what
you
happens in
couldn't.
the month following. So you do the super strength, and then for 30 days you're wheelchair bound. On
we
day
talking-
31, are you back to normal strength instantly?
Yes.
Yes.
do you
It's
have
not
to
a
recuperate?
gradual.
No,
No,
it
no.
seems like and
I'm
you won't
crippled for 30
You're not
days,
going to
and on
atrophy.
31, I'm back to
You're not
normal.
going to atrophy. You're not going to do any
No,
of
no.
that stuff. You're-
31, you literally open your eyes and you are you again.
Wait, I can't see.
You being you, yes, you can't see.
All right.
No,
So
but
what
seriously,
do we
I can
got
see
here?
during this month,
right.
right?
Yes, you can.
There we
see,
go.
Maybe.
Do I have to buy my wheelchair?
You'd have to pick and choose your battles. Medicare covers that now. I think that's
better-
Obamacare.
you
Your buddy
better
Obama,
really-
who
No,
put your knee on
no,
his neck.
fuck you, Obama. That price of the
you
wheelchair
better-
is going to go way up.
You better punch that guy in the head and literally
Yeah.
kill all of his family.
Could my
and
feat of
everyone
strength
else so they
be
can't
like
come back after
carrying
you?
a car across the country?
It's interesting because it would
Yeah.
make you think about when you use that, and if you would.
Adam has a good point. What if I just want to carry a sack of cement on my shoulder for
Forever.
The next, for a long time?
Yeah.
I have a backpack that has a
Sure.
But then
small
you
child
can't do
in it.
anything
fine.
else because now you've fucked up. Now you've wasted that, right?
exactly.
Because now that's my only feat of strength. When I
you
go
would
to
be
do
able to
something
use it
else-
for a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
What,
but
how
then
long?
you would.
How long?
Oh, I'm not sure.
I need to know this.
No, but it
I
doesn't
can't
matter.
accurately pick my superpower if I
No,
don't
how
know.
far
it.
could
Adam,
you
here's
walk
the
with
problem.
it?
It doesn't matter because imagine this. Like, why would you even use it then? It's
I'm
like,
gonna
oh,
win
I've got
this
this
strongman
super-
competition.
I'm-
Because you only need to do one thing.
No, I'm
You're lifting the
currently
fucking
in
car.
super strength mode by having a giant block of cement.
But that's the
on
only
my
thing
back.
you can do because the next thing becomes Act
Yes.
2.
No, I could kick a
Your
soccer
second act.
ball really far.
Nope.
Nope.
No,
'Cause that's another
You
act.
don't like go
No,
into
it's an
super
act.
strength mode.
It's an act.
Your strength is
Yeah,
specific.
one act.
My act
One
is
action.
I'm going to put this in, and then
Well,
I'm going
I
to kick
kick
that
a
soccer
That's
ball,
two acts.
and
That's
I'm
two
going
acts.
to go. And you see where I'm going with
I do.
this.
That's
I do.
3 acts.
Question.
It's you
So
four
you-
want to rob a bank. I could literally put the vault door through, but then after that I would collapse and
Couldn't
one of
even-
you would have to carry
So,
me out.
no, but you're saying collapse. Like, am I still able to lift my arms, or is it
it
literally
uses
just weight?
no, in my head I'm
100%
thinking
there.
about the buildup. It uses every bit amount of your energy and literally takes all of it at the same time.
Who's gonna feed me?
So you
like,
age?
how do I eat?
You pretty much you're that of like
I'm
a
not
100-year-old
helping
man.
Wait, but then do I go back to the age I was before
Yes.
the? Okay, God, this yours has a lot to know about before I
No,
make a
it's a
decision.
lot.
Yeah,
it's
it's
a lot of
pretty
thought
simple.
process. It's just the thought process
love
before
this.
you do it.
I
Yeah.
love.
All right, so let's go back
What
through
would be
them.
worth you
Yeah.
using super strength for?
So we have
Probably
invisible.
punching stuff.
Invisible only when people take pictures of you of record you.
Teabagging. I would only use
Break them teeth.
for super teeth.
Break them teeth, Gumby. Break them teeth.
Gumby don't have teeth. That's
Super
right.
teabag.
Go tell that to your fucking horse, Gumby. All right, invisible, but only when people take pictures of you or record you.
Yeah.
Invulnerable, but you feel pain. You like feel the pain of the action. Invulnerable, but a loved one takes your death when you die, or anything when you get hurt.
What about like will dogs take it? Like, will my dog?
Yeah,
hurt?
sure. If you
No.
love them.
No, I can't.
Time travel, but one person that you know
Yeah, I like
loses their memory
that
of
was a good
you.
one. That was a good one.
You can only teleport when you sneeze.
That's a crippling superpower.
Hold on. Is it
Every time you sneeze, you have
Every
you
time.
will teleport.
And
if
you
you
will.
don't come up with a spot, it'll be a random spot.
and is it 1,000 miles away?
No. It's just it's. But literally, if you sneeze, you teleport. Period.
That's
So
like the
either
Yumper.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that movie, the Yumper.
And then super strength,
Here's
but
what
when
I-
you use it, it cripples you.
Here's what I understand. That's 6. There's 5 of us.
Yeah, he
I
gave,
think
I gave an
Jack
extra
did
one. I
too.
gave an
yeah,
extra
he
one.
gave.
I gave
one,
an
and
extra
then,
one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We could go all
No,
night.
I have a quick. I
honestly.
have
Yeah.
a quick clarifying
Yes.
question. The pain one.
Yeah.
Will I ever pass out from pain?
No.
Okay.
Maybe.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No,
I
I,
think
don't
that
think
you-
so. I think if you're conscious, because
You're
that wouldn't be
conscious,
an
you can, like,
invulnerable.
take
That
it.
would be a human
A vulnerability.
So, like,
I
say
think.
Wolverine gets shot, it knocks him out.
Uh,
That's what I'm relating to. I'm relating to like a Wolverine kind of thing.
You gotta,
But
you gotta not, you
Wolverine
gotta take Wolverine.
takes the pain,
Pain
and then
is crippling, though.
but then
man.
he
That's it.
heals himself.
But
You're
that's it.
saying invulnerable. Wolverine's not invulnerable. He gets hurt, and then he.
You're
his
saying literally, if
body
I
heals
shot him,
itself.
it would not go into him, but he would feel as if he'd been shot. If I
No,
stabbed
I
him,
guess I envision more. Well, that's a good question.
you're
I guess I
invulnerable.
envision more like
Let's
Wolverine.
strike that one from the record.
No.
Like he heals.
I think it's a good
No,
one.
I envision more like he
Like,
heals. Yeah.
instantly.
No, but you're not. He's not saying that.
No,
You're
well,
saying you don't need to.
Well,
heal.
mine was different.
yeah,
I
that
mean,
was
that's
mine.
not-
That was my
that
extra
his.
one. That was my extra
That
one.
was Jack.
Yeah.
So
I guess I
All
thought
right.
more Wolverine. Because I was just fascinated that he feels pain.
But wait, so
Jason
do I pass out or do
Jason
I not
has the
pass
floor.
out?
No,
Do I
I-
pass out or do I not pass out?
Jason's got another joke.
No, I don't. We'll finish this one. I got
Okay,
one.
what's the criteria for? Are we picking the one that
you
just-
had to-
you
you
would
had to be
want
the one that you would
take?
pick.
I know mine instantly. Instantly, looking at this list, teleport while I sneeze. Yeah, honestly, though, because when you look at these, all of these have really serious consequences. Teleporting while I sneeze, there's two things that I have to think of. One, if I'm driving and I sneeze.
Oh, where's your car gonna go?
What? Yeah, exactly. But for that, I
Anything you're
couldn't-
touching comes with you.
But that's the thing. I have enough
Oh,
time.
that's fucked up.
Anything
That's
you're touching
crazy.
comes with you.
Okay, still,
Sean's house.
I'll still take it though.
Not
I'll
building,
take any
not
of those
building.
because I can go
Not
3
building. That doesn't
inches.
count.
I can just go. I'm about to sneeze and I go. I'm gonna teleport 3 inches. Achoo! Nobody even notices.
How many times have you had sneeze attacks?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I
4 times?
I'm pretty sure.
each time
I'm
I
pretty
keep
sure
in my
I've-
mind.
literally like
inches,
3 miles. Oh fuck!
I'm going
I
to
screwed it up.
teleport right where I'm sitting right now.
I'm
that
pretty
doesn't
sure
count as
I've already
teleporting.
done that.
You have
Just
to move.
teleported
I'm going
3
to teleport
inches.
over
Yeah.
1 centimeter.
That's fine.
And then back
Yeah.
a centimeter.
That's fine.
In a
Yeah.
sneezing attack.
What Adam's pointing out that is fascinating is
gonna
your
catch
thought
you.
process to keep track of thinking of exactly
I
where
think-
you need
I
to
think
be.
you'd
What's
As
your
yourself.
default one if you don't sneeze?
One
if
of
you don't
two
think of
things.
anything?
One of two
Disneyland.
things is going to happen. You are going to sneeze and teleport to the place you were looking while you sneezed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which could be in the sky. So
True.
You might be fucked. The other thing that
Yeah.
would happen is any image of a location that happens to flash in your head at that time.
You're going
until
there.
you trained yourself. Boom.
No, it's
you're
like
there.
That kind of sucks.
Like
Because
the
then
jumper
how do you get
concept.
back until you sneeze again? If I end up in
teleport
like
into the
Cuba,
television, and you're like, "Fuck, how am I getting out of here?"
Fake. I like the idea of bringing what you're touching with you. Hey, Jason, who's you? I got it. You come with me, buddy. So okay, Kearney's picking.
Okay, wait.
Sneezy teleport.
No. This changes it. Going through it was really smart because now I go to Carter's.
was Jason's?
Go
Oh.
back in time, and this is for 2 reasons.
I'm with Jason's.
One,
forever.
I have complete choice that I could just never do this. If I never wanted to, I can just go, I'm never going to use it. But I have this ability, and then I could use
What
the
if you
ability
use it while
only
you
in.
sleep travel.
That's weird.
No, it's
Time
not. It's
travel
not out of your.
That-
It's
that's
not out
never
of your,
gonna
It's
happen.
not out of your control.
I have to be in control.
like
to
you
do
wouldn't
it.
just go.
Well, think about the
I have
way
to
sleep
choose.
works, though. Your brain secretes a hormone that
He's making
that
up the superpower.
paralyzes your entire body, except your brain, and your brain is active. And if your brain controls the power, then your brain, while you're dreaming, can take you wherever the fuck it wants to.
but he's making the rules.
The brain controls everything.
I still would go with Jason's.
I would. Too.
I'd take that risk. Because at that point, if it's only one person, like I know so many people that
I
there's-
can lose a couple.
There's like there are like honestly like 3 people in my life that I want
Think-
to remember.
Hey, wait, hold on.
But
There's
think
4
about this.
people in this room.
Now think about
There's
this.
6 people in this room.
Hey, think about this seriously. You know a lot of people, right?
Yeah.
And it could be somebody you met in high school, could be somebody, but
Exactly.
it could be your wife.
Yeah.
It's a risk I'm willing to take.
I might never do it though.
I'm
Then
not
I
on-
might never use it unless like I needed to, or
But
it's like God,
I'm not on
we
Facebook,
need to
so
take
I'm
a risk.
totally cool with
It could
this.
be your kids.
But when I come back, sure, but I still have my wife. And maybe I lost one because I'm only losing one. One of Dylan forgets me. Dylan forgets me. Okay.
She's young.
You
She'd
fight
read
Well, I was
back.
gonna say first
Yeah.
Brooklyn.
She'd read-
I go.
she-
Then I have a lifetime of building a relationship with her again.
And you have $1 million because you bought a lottery ticket.
Oh God, that's fantastic.
That's I like Jason's only from the fact of the worst case scenario is me choosing not to go back in case I lost them again.
Yeah.
But you could always try to rebuild it to get it back. Maybe you couldn't.
That's
but
fun.
maybe
it
you could
turns
try.
into Donnie Darko where
Maybe you
everything
could try.
just ends up fucked.
That's
Every
true, too.
time you go back,
I
it's
think,
up
travel
fucked.
I think
kinda
Jason's one of the safest,
I want the.
if that makes sense. Like,
Well,
I-
technically, you could go back in time and lose everyone that you know, and just
But that's
never
not what
travel
Jason said.
forward
Jason
in
said
time.
one.
Travel forward, yeah.
Well,
Jason
could you
one.
choose to not travel forward in time?
Yeah,
You don't.
You can't.
Oh yes, you can.
So you could go.
you could
you could
stay
say,
back.
you know what? I'm cutting ties, and you travel back in time, and you're like,
start
fuck, new
all
life.
over.
yeah.
I think it's all like it's
Absolutely.
everything in moderation. Any of these things, like the problem with sneezing is there's no way to control it. Any of the controlling things, just do it in moderation, man.
I want.
Don't get killed. No one's ever killed me, so none of my loved ones
I,
would die.
I tell you what, the
Right?
the feeling the pain one might not be too.
That's
bad
the one
either.
I want.
Yeah, the
Because not only would it
invulnerability,
be
it would suck.
No.
it would, but it would
It would
turn you into
suck.
the
That's
most.
the
This
worst.
is what I'm
It would turn
curious
you into the
about
most
because-
endearing, like hero. Like
No,
that you would
that's the
put yourself
worst.
through this stuff.
No,
to
you
save
would
others.
go
No.
insane and end up being the bad
Yeah,
guy.
because that's the problem with it is now everyone expects you to do that.
No, but
they
they-
go, "Hey, Adam, run into that burning building because you won't die." But you feel so much pain. You're like, God, my life as I wake
How
up
can you
and
ask
people
me to
put
do
me in
these
painful
things?
situations. Then you grow to hate humanity. Then you kill all of us. Except Carter, because Carter went back in time
Because you're
and killed you as a baby.
And to teabag Adam as a baby.
Boom.
I won't believe it until I hear it out of his mouth. I don't think he will. I don't think he could teabag me.
What is the worst thing that you can put into another human being's face?
The best thing or the worst?
I thought this was one of your jokes.
Worst.
It depends.
Do you really want me to answer that question?
I'm going with plunger.
That's the stupidest answer
going
ever.
with
That's
plunger?
literally not the worst thing.
You know we're going way grosser than
I'm
you.
going with any kind of semen.
Depends on who you're
Placenta.
giving it to.
Yeah.
Depends on who you're
Kinds of
giving.
semen.
Who's
Maybe
getting the worst?
maybe we
stuff?
stop
No, who's
there.
getting,
No, you open this. You literally open this.
who's getting this worst thing?
I don't know. A person.
Hitler.
What person?
Someone, anybody we
We
pick?
need a person. We need a face behind
It's
who we're giving it to.
it's a hypothetical. A person. What's
Flesh-eating
any person?
virus.
Unnamed person. What's the
Someone we
you-
know?
Is it a man or a woman?
You need the
Jason,
worst
this-
possible thing you could do.
My
This
finger.
is the beauty of hypotheticals is you have to be willing to answer our questions to learn
Earlier,
more
when
about
I
it.
was asking questions, I could not ask them, so I'm not
What
kind of
question did
confused.
you
on-
ask that we
What
didn't
is
answer?
the worst thing that you could put
You can't
in
not-
someone's face? That's the question.
There's variables.
How much more do you... But what?
I need
This
to go.
is-
Well,
yeah,
I need to
that's
go
true.
outside variables.
Hold on.
There's women I could put semen in
is-
front of who'd be happy to see it.
There is a person, and there is worst thing.
Yeah.
It's not... They're going to be happy to see
Here's
it.
the-
What's
here's
the
the
worst
worst-
hold on,
thing
guys, hold
that
on.
you
This
can
is-
put in a person's face?
Yeah.
This is the thing, though. This is the beauty of these questions: is to dive
Worst
into them.
thing.
Like that's why I like to do these. I want to ask the questions to get.
But
more
I
into
like
it.
I going
don't like
off
just
of fennel.
leave it
I
simple.
like the idea of
any person.
that
It's
it could
a
be
universal.
like what is the universal worst thing that you go
definitely not a plunger.
Well, a woman wouldn't like that. A man would like this, and you like get to it and you realize that it's Hitler's penis.
See, I don't think that's the worst.
No,
That's not the worst.
Yes.
plunger.
A baby that's been blended, and then like you throw that in their face, maybe.
And
Wait, no. Hold on. It's their baby. Oh, their baby. Their baby's been blended.
Two girls, one
Some
Also, their
blended
puppy.
baby.
Their
Oh my
puppy
God.
was in there too.
We have to
That's
stop.
it.
This
You
is-
did this to us. You did this to us. What were you possibly thinking we were
an
going to
open
say?
an open
don't
Tupperware
know.
container of anthrax.
Oh yeah, because that kills
You're
them.
dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're dying.
That
I wish I was
sucks.
dead if someone threw my own baby in my face, but I'm not dead. I'm still alive.
disturbing.
Yeah, but that's
I
what
think I'm-
it's worse.
I think
Terrible.
I have it. I'm going with cancer. I think cancer is the worst thing.
What
you
does it
could
look
That
put
like?
doesn't make
in
sense.
someone's face.
How do you throw that in someone's face?
No. You said put in someone's face. Cancer has been put in this person's face.
Oh.
The worst thing you can probably do is put cancer in someone's face.
I more meant like.
that's
Like,
a loophole.
You meant in
Sorry.
front. He meant like
Loophole.
I thought he meant floating in front of.
Fennel's got a loophole.
Worst thing, a person
That's
in face.
Face.
Those are the words that I heard.
I don't know. Blended
That's
us.
the
And
worst
Jason-
thing
Jason
you
went
can put in a person's
Plunger.
face.
Wow. Guess who didn't win his own game? I would literally take a plunger right now. Like, no problem.
Yeah,
No,
that's
seriously,
true.
we could go around
You
the
could
room and be
literally
like,
just-
I'd be like, you might
plunger with
want to clean
cancer?
it, but it looks fine.
Yeah, whatever. Do I see any poo particles or
Wait, just let me
particles?
spit out
Jake?
it real quick.
Particles?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay,
A
I'm
poop
good.
particle is a particle.
Cancer.
Portical.
Okay,
Sorry,
see, that's
I broke your game.
On the face.
cancer. Still better than still. Really, plunger. That's
Sorry-
it. Like
sorry.
dog
Plunger.
poop. You couldn't just have said dog poo.
Sorry, I broke your game.
I feel like plunger is worse.
Then dog
What?
poo.
It's like it's the accumulation of lots of.
No, I don't.
But you didn't
Is it
specify
on
that it
there?
was
Is
dirty.
it on there?
Like if
Is
I
it
went to
straight
Target
from
right
Home
now,
Depot? Like
yeah.
Home Depot
Okay,
plunger.
come on. That's a
Right?
given.
Honestly,
That's a-
even the
There are
plunger
no
out of my
givens.
bathroom,
All right, I'm sorry.
I'd still let that hit my
let
face.
me clarify.
Yeah.
It is the plunger
It's getting
Okay.
fun.
I know.
that is at the most used public restroom
Yep.
at a rest stop.
Definitely pick
in
that
the
over
middle
dead
of
blended
Kansas.
Now we're
100%.
talking, Carter. I like where you're going with this. Never.
I appreciate you stepping it up.
Cancer.
You would still take. You
Oh
would
no
take
no
that
no no!
over mine.
I
won't
would
repeat
take
mine again.
I would take.
I won't repeat
would-
it again, Jay.
I will take Jason's.
Oh my god, I just thought of an awesome, terrible superpower with the worst thing.
Okay.
You can see what's going to happen to people, but no matter what you do to try and stop it, something bad will still happen to them. So you can always see the
Final
future,
Destination.
but
Yeah.
shit's always going to be bad.
yeah.
I like
Yeah,
all
it so
those movies.
sucks.
Oh no, we
so bad.
out-recorded it.
Well,
Here, I've
No,
got the
it's not
worst
over
one.
yet.
I have the worst one.
Yeah,
the worst
right.
one
Yeah,
is
right.
you can make $400,000 a day, right? Or a month. Sorry, you can make $400,000 a month.
day, I'd be like,
but you're Brendan Fraser.
Oh, and you got to pay $7.71 a month in pet care.
That fish is going out.
Wait, was it $7.71 a month?
$7.77.
What pet does he have?
A fish. A beta.
$7?
$7.70 something cents.
That's
A
not
month
even. That's not
in
even
pet
aquarium maintenance.
yeah, that's pretty.
That's how much you spent?
What animal is
the
that?
thing said.
That's what I pay for Netflix.
We
a
don't
month.
know without a
Like a
doubt if
stick
this
bug?
list is
Maybe a
accurate.
Maybe a
What are you paying for a
probably-
stick?
I don't
bug?
know.
No, but he's
Leaves?
paying $5,000 a month.
I bet $7 isn't enough.
a snake.
I guess you could be like a
Also-
rat
A
a month.
snake?
Yeah, a snake.
What about the power bill part of it?
Snakes are more expensive than
That's
that.
a different section. That's electrical.
Okay.
That's bills.
That doesn't get
Death's
split
Head
out
moths.
specifically.
The mice cost you more than $7, right?
I'm finding my own.
You only
mouse
buy
is-
one a month?
A
You think
mouse
with
is
Brendan
like,
Fraser's bills, he's not scourging the fields to find his own mice?
come hang out under my
$7
deck.
is probably fish.
What?
Like goldfish. Like for a tub of that shit or whatever you feed them.
Come hang out under my.
Is that funny?
Because he's hey,
Hang out under your deck.
ladies and gentlemen, we are Nerdtastic.
No. I said my deck because there are rats living under.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are Nerdtastic in 3D.
I'm Sean Fennell.
I'm Sean Kearney.
I'm Jack Eckler.
I don't know what I am.
And I'm Adam McFarlane.
Nerdtastic, Nerdtastic, Nerdtastic.